Role Player, which was a Kickstarter game that I backed from Thunderworks Games, the same guy who did Bullfrogs, which we reviewed a while back. The idea of it is you are all setting up your characters essentially for a Dungeons & Dragons or fantasy-style role-playing campaign, and you're doing so, we have an actual player board with cutouts where you will be placing dice, and each row is an attribute: strength, intelligence, dexterity, etc. And your 3 dice in that row will add up to a number, and once the game is finished, that's your final score for that row.
And in this, you'll also be given cards that your personality, your alignment,
Yes.
and your role, and they pretty much tell you how you'll get 3 points if you have a 17 strength, 2 points if you're within 15 to 17.
You're trying to get a specific number for each category.
As well as for your, I think it's not alignment, your personality, like certain color die in certain spots.
Right, your class, your backstory, all these things can affect it. And it's not as simple as just roll your die and hope you get the right number. You're actually choosing them in
every turn you roll.
almost a drafting kind of way.
Every turn you roll, I think it's probably 1+ number of players.
Yes, correct.
So we played before, so we rolled 5. You put them out in number order. So like from 1 through 5, and the lowest number on 1, the highest number on 5, because then there's a buying thing after phase, and whoever has the lowest number buys first. So it's a challenge of, do I go for the higher number because I really need that, or do I do the lower because I really want to buy something?
Right, in your face, someone will buy it before you do.
And these buying things will include items that give you more points if you're a paladin, or maybe a trait that will allow you to copy an ability all over again.
There's skills, there's armor, there's weapons, all kinds of stuff. So it sounds like there's a lot going on in this game, and there kind of is, but at its core, it is a fairly simple dice game.
It's a dice drafting game.
Yeah, it is that.
And it was a lot of fun. Like, I really did enjoy making even though I lost, I was like, I made this cool, dragonborn paladin, yeah.
Yeah, I think because, and this is, depending on how you look at it, could be a strength or a weakness, but there is very little player interaction. And because of that, I almost looked at it as like we were all playing our own little solo game, so I didn't feel a real competitive bent in this.
A lot of the competitiveness came from, and it was much more situational, would be more like, I'm going to take that die because you want that.
Right.
Ironically, the 2 times I did it, where I really hurt you guys, I didn't know.
Yeah, and it depends on just how much, for me, I am the kind of guy who I'm not going to pay attention to what other people are doing.
Well, the few times I looked.
And you did the same thing, yeah.
That I actually tried to think about that.
You couldn't find anything.
No, well, it didn't matter to you guys, So that's sort of a hit, but at the same time, that's fine, because the game was still fun, and thinking that, you could still you just have to hate draft. That's what it is. And
right.
Garrett did a couple times to me, he bought a couple items that I would need, but not too bad. And even though I came in, I think I did come in last place. No, I came in third. I was 1 point ahead of you.
Right.
But I was still happy. I almost want to be like, why don't we actually play D&D? Let's make our character like this.
That would be kind of cool. And I did play the solo mode, which I think really skewed my perception of how the game would go. Because I was in the solo mode, there is an AI sort of that takes cards and stuff, but they're pretty in the background. So I was like, oh, it's so easy to get exactly what you need.
And then next thing you know, Will took my green die.
Yeah, I was not. I oversaw what I thought I was going to get.
Overall, I did really like it, even though the player interaction was a little bit disappointing. Though we talked about if there was, you could really just hate on someone so much.
Yeah, that's my one. I would like there to be more player interaction, but personally, I don't think every game needs to have it. Sometimes it's nice to have a game where you just are kind of doing your own thing.
Yeah, and like I said, I was actually still I made this cool Dragonborn. I was still happy with my character.
It does a good job of making that theme come across without...
Especially since we haven't played our own D&D campaign in a while.
It's a good little Band-Aid for that, a good little filler.
Yeah, definitely one of the very exciting Kickstarters we received this year. That was one of our more enjoyable ones.